Hello, guys. You're welcome to Photographics Academy. All right, so today we're going to be doing a rundown. Actually, it's going to be a step-by-step process of how we're able to transform this image from this to this in few clicks and few minutes. Trust me, by the end of the video, you are really going to grab a lot. And I'll be teaching you some other tricks and techniques that you might also want to be using in your subsequent work. And one beautiful thing about this particular one is that we are giving out this snoot pack to you for free. So we're going to just be picking one snoot from all of these and apply it on the background of the image, which is what I'm going to be showing you how to do. Then we'll add color to it if we want to, but you are getting this full pack for free. So just use it, explore your own images, put it in your own backdrops. Let us see what you are able to make out of it. So without wasting much of your time, let's quickly get started. So I'm going to crop this image with the normal cropping size 8x10 and make sure she's positioned in the center. Yeah, that is the first thing we're going to be doing. So just position her right in the middle, then probably give her a little bit space, a little bit headroom. Yeah, just a little bit of headroom so that your snoot will have enough space to properly show up in your image. Okay, so I think this is good. Press enter. Then pick up your rectangular marquee tool. Yeah, rectangular marquee tool. Make a selection of this area. Make a selection of this area, or rather, let's just do something quickly. Just drag it like this, just over your image, just like this. Yeah, select inverse and press fill. I did right click and go to fill content aware and press OK. So let's see how Photoshop is going to fill up the backdrop for us. Let's see if it's going to do a very nice job. Okay, I hope that works. Beautiful. I think this is exactly what I wanted. Just a little that we need to now fix here and there. Just pick up your clone stamp or even your brush, because we are still going to be blurring it out later. So just pick up your brush and clean it up. I think the shadows are practically too much, so I'm going to reduce my flow and just lighten up the shadows. Just do not make sure your hand is not touching the original image, just your shadows, lighten it up a little. It's going to start looking dirty at the end of the day. So once you do that, make a selection of your image for that subject. Yeah, just make that selection. So after making your selection, right click on your image, select inverse, zoom in to make sure your selection is cool, because I think we are losing a little bit from here, so we just have to correct one or two things. Yeah, beautiful. Just do it like that. Nice one. I think this works for us. Come straight down to the arm area. Okay, so I think we have a pretty good selection that we can work with. So we'll stick with this one. We'll just stick with it. All right, so yeah, this is good. All right, so the next thing we'll do is just to feather it with 2. Just make sure your radius is 2. Duplicate your background, right click on your image, go to layer, via cut, hold your control, click on the background to blur it out a little. Yeah, just blur it out. Beautiful. Press OK. So the next thing I want you to do right now is to create a solid color adjustment layer between your image and the background. So make sure your image is positioned up. Okay, so I missed a step. Let's take it a little bit backwards. Yeah, when you are here, just hide your image, hide your background, and make sure that this one is selected. Pick up your lasso tool, make a round selection around the shape of your image. This is very important. Do not miss this step. Yeah, make a selection like this. Then right click, go to fill, go to content aware, so that we'll just have that place cleaned up. Very important for what we are doing. Yeah, we'll just wait for it to fill it up. All right, so once that is done, pick up your mixer brush and just, try to blend the edges together. Of course, we'll still come back and blur it out later, but let's just make the work easier for ourselves. Just blend the edges of the shadows and all of that. Yeah, just like that. I think we can work with this. This is okay. Right, beautiful. Okay, so once this is done, make sure that your object layer is up and your background layer is down. Now you can on every other thing back and blur out your background. Now this is the time where you blur out your background. Blur out your background. This is good. So as you are blurring out, make sure you don't lose all your shadows. Just blur it out like that. Press enter. So we'll have our object on a different layer and our background on a different layer, but we want this background having that kind of pinky look you saw in the before, in the after of the image. And to get that, just create a solid color adjustment layer above the background and pick any color. Yeah, this is pink. I just picked the one on her dress so that it will give us something very close to what we are going for. Press OK, change the blend mode to color so that those dimensions and the shadows and patterns will get back to the image. But I think the pink is too dark, so I want to lighten it up a little. So we go for something around here. Where's my brightness? Yeah, so just lighten it up a little. This is too dark. I need to change the hue. Maybe somewhere around here. Just give me a minute to find exactly what's going to work for us. Yeah. Okay, I think I still don't resonate with what I'm getting here. All right, this is not bad. Maybe we'll just brighten it up manually. Let's create a curves adjustment layer. Font. Okay, yeah, this is what I was looking for. Something like this, but this is still too much, so I have to reduce it and clip the curves to my solid color. Very important. So once you do that, go back to your background layer. So want to restore some original shadows back to the image. Want to restore some original shadows, and to do that, just go and you can even decide to hide this, but if you start hiding it, it's going to come up in such a way that you wouldn't want it. We want to have control over the shadows we get back. So hold your alternate and create a mask for it. Create a mask for it and pick up your brush. Pick up your brush with your negative brush selected, yeah, and just restore some shadows back just for the feet, like that. Beautiful. So you can as well check for the edges over here just to make it look very, very realistic. So want to restore a bit of the edge right here. Nice one. Okay, so just lighten these ones up. Make sure beautiful. So we'll have a very good shadow, but here is still too dark for my liking. So to fix that, I'm just going to create an empty layer and just paint in pink color into that area, just like this. Beautiful. Just to make sure that this area has a seamless color with every other area. Now I want to create a dimension behind her so that she will be properly separated from the background. To do that, I'm also going to create a curves adjustment layer. Beautiful. Just pick up your rectangular marquee tool and just draw a straight line like this. Nice one. Okay, so let's just brighten up a little. That didn't do the job. I'm going to delete this. With the marquee tool active, select your curves. And yeah, we'll got what we're looking for. So just brighten it up a little for now. Go back to your curves icon and come back to the mask. It's going to switch to properties and just increase your feather until it fades out. Beautiful. So now we want to make sure that it's giving us the shape we want and not this color that we are having there. So we need to change the blend mode to luminosity so that it will assume brightness function and not color function. So I think we need a little bit more brightness there. Yeah, I think our feather is obviously too much. So we'll reduce. Okay, let's see what that does if we darken it. Okay, I think I prefer what the darkening is giving. Yeah, just that. Yeah, I think this is good. This is good. Just that line that we want behind her. If you feel that the line is too spread out, you can as well make it a bit more tinier. Bring it downwards a little more, press enter. And now you might need to reduce your feather so that you have it working perfectly well. I think the line is obviously too tiny. Okay, so that should work properly. Okay, so I believe you get the idea of what I'm talking about. I believe you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. Yeah, let's just take our time and get this right. Okay. Where's my feather? Just get it right. Yeah. Okay, I think this is good. Let's see the before and after. See exactly the function before after, before, after. Just that separation that we need behind her. Still do not feel very comfortable leaving it that way. Maybe we should try multiply. Let's see what that does for us. Reduce the opacity. Okay, I think this works. Before, after, before, after. So we'll have that separation between her and the original background, which is exactly what I'm trying to get. Another way you can actually do this is to just probably pick up your rectangular marquee tool and make a very long selection, just like this, and just pick up your curves as well. I just reduce the brightness behind her, something like that, or increase the one behind her, but the light is on her. We reduce the brightness behind her and change the blend mode to luminosity and just darken it down enough. Of course, feather it. Yeah, just like that. I think this works perfectly for me. So I'm going to remove this one. This didn't give me the result I was looking for. So this is before, this is after. Just gives her that separation from the background and makes the foreground even brighter than the background. Now it's time to introduce our snoot. Of course, we are going to retouch the image later. I'm noticing a little bit of halos around her. So let's find exactly where that is coming from. It's from the original image. So I'm going to create a mask for it and just paint that out using our brush. Because if we do not do this now, it's going to affect even the final result we will get when we start applying our snoot to the image. So just like this. Yeah. Okay, so we are done. I'm going to apply the mask, apply mask. So we'll have the mask applied to the image. Now let's introduce our snoot. So I'm just going to make sure your snoot is lying above all of this, or probably behind, but let's just get it working first. All right, so I'm just going to pick up my elliptical marquee tool and make a selection of this one here. This is the one we want to use. So I'll make a selection of it like this. Right, click on the image, go to my layer via copy, go to my move tool. I have it on a different selection. So I'll just go straight to my object and drop it behind her. Use my scale tool to scale it up. So just scale it up till probably it fills up the whole area you want it to fill up. If you want it in the whole background, beautiful. But I'm just going to maintain this size, just this size. Yeah, just like that. Press OK. Now change the blend mode to soft light. Let's see what soft light does. So what we are looking for is a blend mode that will take away the blacks and just give us that shape. So we just have to find it. Okay, so I think I like what linear dots just did with that. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? So one more thing we want to do is to infuse color. Is to introduce color into the snoot effect. So we're going to try two major ways and see the exact one that is going to give us the result that we want. Or better still, if we get the result in one, we are going to stick to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a solid color adjustment layer. Probably try an opposite color entirely, go to blue and clip it on my snoot. Change the blend mode to soft light. Change it to soft light. So let's see how that handles it. So this is before, this is after. Just gives it that extra blue color. Let's try and see what color does for us. Color isn't bad as well if we reduce the opacity. Yeah, I think that is okay. Let's see if we can change the hue of the color and see how it treats it even with other hues. I think I like what the color is doing for the snoot. Okay, so we're just going to stick with that. But if you are not comfortable with it, you can as well just move to any other blend mode that will allow you get very thick colors. One more thing you can do about it is that you can just keep it at normal, minimize it, and duplicate your snoot. Once you duplicate your snoot, create a mask for it, or rather just do that without creating a mask. Go to select, go to color range. So I already made a selection of the snoot before, but we missed a step. I'm going to hide everything just to have the snoot. I held my alternate and clicked on the eye icon to hide every other layer. Go to color range so that this alone will be standing out. So I just made a selection of the highlight and increase the fuzziness way high. Press OK. Now create a mask for it. Use that mask to replace this one. You can delete this right now. So when you open it, your color is going to appear with those dots on it. So that is basically what I did. And you can decide to now restore every other thing back. You can decide to restore every other thing back. Just open them up and see how it affected your image. So we have this working, but that didn't give a very nice effect, did it? It didn't. So we are going to stick with the original way we intended to do it, and that is by using our clipping mask and changing the blend mode to soft light. Beautiful. So one more thing I noticed is that my snoot spilled on these edges, so I'm going to just create a mask for it and remove those areas here and here. Then I will apply the mask, apply a little bit of Gaussian blur to it so that it doesn't get as sharp as my image and now start getting distracting. Beautiful. Okay, so I think 10 is going to be a very good place. Press 10 and reduce the opacity of the color. All right, so once that is done, we are halfway done. So one more thing I think we need to do, I think I need to reduce the opacity of my snoot a little. One more thing I think we need to do is just to create a very realistic shadow between the snoot and the image to even make it a little bit more realistic. And to get that done, we'll just have to duplicate our original image, go to the layer behind or below, pick up your move tool, and just quickly hold your control to just drag that particular part out like this. Drag it out just like that. So I think our light, looking at the shape of our light or the direction of our light, our shadow should just be pointing downwards. So we'll just make it point downwards. All right, beautiful. Press OK. Go to your levels, make it very, very dark. Yeah. Change the blend mode to soft light. So I do not need the ones on the leg. I just need the one on the snoot. So I'm just going to create a mask for it and pick up my brush to restore that area. Just like this. This is the only shadow I need on the image. I do not need any other one. Beautiful. So I'm going to obviously blur this out till it becomes soft. I'm just going to blur that out. Nice one. Press enter. Reduce the opacity or the fill just enough to give it that separation, but not very obvious. Yeah, something like that. Beautiful. So once you have that done, the next thing we are going to do is just to quickly retouch our image and give it those kicks you saw the previous one have. What if we try increasing the shape, the level, the hugeness of our snoot? Wouldn't that be beautiful? I think I love this. This is not so bad. Can even make it longer. Let's just do a little adjustment there. I think I like it this way. Let's make it smaller. Maybe lose a little bit of the edge. Press enter. So this is good. I like what I have here. I like the results. This is so good. All right, so I'm going to just match everything up and create and do some retouching on our image. And just do that, press Ctrl Shift Alternate E. So everything is going to match up here. You can now delete every other thing behind it and delete every other thing behind it. Of course, if you want to stop here, you are free to stop. We are done with the snoot, but trust me, there are other few things we can do to even improve this image and bring it to what you saw in our before and after. So I'm just going to quickly load up my Retouch Academy. Keep it all the way to the left and load up my, how many bit image is this? 16 bit. So I'm just going to load up my 16-bit image and try keeping it somewhere around 3. I noticed the image didn't have a lot of details. So I'm just going to keep it at 3. Press enter and quickly do a frequency separation on your image. So I'm going to hasten up the video so I don't get you bored with the process. All right, so we are done quickly with the frequency separation. This is before, this is after, before, after, before, after. Just a very quick one, not to waste your time. The next thing I'm going to do is just a very quick dodging and burning. I'm also going to hasten that up. All right, so lastly, around the skin retouching, I'm going to quickly apply my done for you retouch action to the whole image, and so that it will give it that extra look. So I'm just going to go straight to my done for you. I'll load up my action, go to done for you and play it. Make sure your radius is at 2 or something. Press enter. And beautiful, we are done. All right, so that is good. So I'm quickly going to brighten it up a little. Now, the next thing I want us to do is to quickly fix our skin tone. I think I need to do that before I brighten it. So to quickly fix our skin tone, I'm just going to create a solid color adjustment layer. Very quick, something light, yeah, that is befitting her skin. Very quick. I think I like it here. Make it light, yeah, beautiful. Make a selection of or copy the code in case you would want to use it on any of your image, and duplicate this, create a mask for it, go to select, go to color range, and make a selection of her skin tone. Reduce the fuzziness so it doesn't spread out. So this is a process we missed before we started, before we merged. We were supposed to have done this even before the retouching and all of that, but I think it's not yet too late. We can as well fix that now. Press OK. So use this mask to replace the solid color mask, and we'll have our skin tone selected. Change the blend mode to color first of all, and reduce the opacity. Go close to make sure it's painted into every area that is not getting it properly. These shadows, just make sure that it's in your shadows properly. All right, so I think the skin tone is too dark, so I'm just going to lighten it up a little. Let's keep it somewhere around here. Okay, let's try changing the hue. Okay, this is fine. Keep it somewhere around here. Press OK. Let's zoom out a little. Duplicate it and change the second one to soft light. Reduce the fill this time. Nice one. So we'll have our skin tone properly blended before, after. So I think this is slightly too much, and this is also slightly too much. We're going to group the two of them into a group so that we can look at the overall before and after. So this is before our skin tone matching, after our skin tone matching. Match it up. The last thing we are going to do is to clean up the eyes. So I'm just going to go to my magic eyes, pick up my brush and clean up the eyes. Or we'll now do a global color grading on it, and we are good to go. So I'm just going to open up the group, scroll all the way down to clean eyes with white, and zoom in on the eyes and just paint over it. Repeat the same procedure here. Okay, reduce the overall opacity of the group and enter. Beautiful. So I think we need light at this part of the image. So I'm just going to go to my curves, use my hand tool to make a selection of just the shadow and brighten it up a little like that. So let's see the before and after if we can leave it like that. Okay, so I think this is good. We can leave it like this. This is very, very nice. Merge it up together. So the next thing I want to do, okay, I'm noticing a little something. Sorry, I just need to make sure I take care of the details before we move to the next thing. Okay, this isn't bad. Let's just clean it up. All right, beautiful. So I think we are done with the retouching. We'll move straight to the color grading, and to do that, we go to our camera raw adjustment layer. Go to your calibration all the way down. Go to blue primaries. Just bump up the saturation a little. Come back to this area, to your HDR area, and just try moving stuff around. Install the shadow a little. Probably darken it just to give it a little more contrast. Yeah, I think this is good. Let's see how that goes. Beautiful. Reduce the temperature slightly. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to go to my effect and add just a little vignette effect to the overall image. Go to my details, denoise it just slightly. Nice one. Press OK. So the last global color grading we are going to do, of course, you guessed it right. I always do that, is to apply my photo filter, the cooling one, just to bring the whole thing together. Beautiful. This is so cool. Reduce the opacity, and we are good to go. We are good to go. So let me show you the overall before and after, how we started. I'm going to create a snapshot like always. So this was the image when we came into Photoshop, took it through procedures, took it through process, and we arrived at this final result. Isn't this helpful? So if you find this video helpful, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on the notification bell to get notified every single time we'll drop a new video. So download your Snoot effect, put it on your own images, try other shapes that you have there. Let's see how that gives you a very nice result in your own image. See you on the next one.